Hey there, I'm Silvio Perez. I'm the founder of AdConversion.com, and in this quick video tutorial, we're going to talk about B2B Google Ads. And I really want this video to be a foundational video for you in terms of a crash course so that you can get up to speed on Google Ads for B2B and if it's something worth exploring further. So to go through this entire video, I'm actually going to be referencing this article as a visual reference, and I'll link this article in the description box down below where it has everything that we'll talk about today listed out for you. So let's go ahead and start from the top here, just at a very high level, which is what is Google Ads in the first place? So as you may know, people go to Google to search for a multitude of things and reasons, right? There's over 1 billion searches happening on Google every single day, which is mind-boggling when you think about it. And the whole name of the game on Google is how do you actually show up on the top of the page, right? So for example, let's say you're a B2B SaaS company in the CRM space, and for you, it's CRM software. If someone searches CRM software, that is a really high intent search that you ideally would love to show up for. So you can see here on the top of the page, we have different ads. These are Google Ads, and you know they are because of the sponsored label here. And each one of these companies are paying money to show up on the top of the page. Now, this is called the search engine results page, or known as the SERP. And the SERP, I like to think about it as a battleground. And in this battleground, you have thousands of advertisers competing to show up in that specific moment, when that specific person, in that specific region, in that specific time of day, in that specific location, in that specific device is making that specific search term. And they're searching that specific keyword. So you can see here, I search CRM software, and Google is only showing me right now 4 ads here on the top of the page. And Google's always mixing and matching and playing with different layouts in terms of how many ads they show. But right now you can see I've got 4 ads here. This is 4 ads of thousands of other advertisers that you don't see here that want to be showing up, but they're losing to these 4 competitors that you see here on this page. And when it comes to Google Ads, it's all about showing up on the top 3 spots. Because I don't know about you, I don't remember the last time I scrolled past the second page on Google to be able to find what I'm looking for. So you want to make sure you show up on the top of the page, which is the whole premise and the objective of Google Ads is how do you do that in the most cost-effective way possible. Now, the other thing to note about Google Ads specifically that's very unique, and which is why it makes it so compelling for a lot of advertisers, is with Google Ads, you're only charged on a cost per click basis, meaning these advertisers that you see in front of me, so Salesforce, Freshworks, ClickUp, and LinkedIn, they are not paying anything right now. I searched CRM software and their ad appeared, but they're only charged until I click on one of their ads. So once I click on their ad, they're then charged for the click. And depending on the keyword that you're bidding on and the level of competition for that keyword, you will pay a different corresponding cost per click price. Now, if you're wondering how much does it cost for my keywords that I'm considering advertising on for my B2B business, what I recommend that you do is you go and create a free Google Ad account. And once you create your free Google Ads account, you go to the Tools section, Keyword Planner, under Planning, and then you navigate to Discover New Keywords. And then under here, you research the keywords that you're considering investing in. So continuing on our example around CRM software, I'm gonna go ahead and search that here, and let's see how expensive it is to advertise on CRM software in the United States. So I'm gonna click Get Results, and I'm gonna come down here, and I can see this is the keyword. It's got between 10 and 100,000 searches a month, so it's quite a popular keyword. And if you look at the top of page bid high range, I recommend you always look at the high range. This is how much Google is estimating it will cost to be on the top 3 spots. They're gonna pay $41.09 per click. So it is not a cheap keyword for those different advertisers that are showing up on the top of the page. So your bid is not the only thing that goes into if your ad actually shows on the top of Google. It's a multitude of factors, but this is just a quick introduction on how to think about cost and how to explore cost. I'm actually gonna link a video for you where I break down how to actually create a starting Google Ads budget and build a winning Google Ads budget strategy that I think you'll find really helpful. But let this be as a good starting point on kind of an intro of Google Ads. So going back to our article here, if you want to learn more on forecasting, check out that video. I'll walk you through how to also use our Google Ads budget calculator and create a forecast based on worst case, moderate case, and best case scenarios. Coming back to the central point of this video, I kind of alluded to this, but Google Ads, what makes it so powerful is it's not just about who's willing to pay the most. So going back to the search results page here, you can see Salesforce is number 1, Freshworks is number 2, ClickUp is number 3, LinkedIn is number 4. Typically, if you see this layout, where your mind might go in traditional advertising is you would say Salesforce is paying the most, so that's why they're in position 1. Freshworks is paying the second most, that's why they're position 2. ClickUp is paying the third most, and so on and so forth. And that is actually not true. The reason Google Ads is so powerful is because of intent. And it's the combination of intent and quality score that really makes this a very powerful mix. So let me go ahead and unpack this because I'm saying some technical words here. So intent, what do I mean by that? I mean people who are actively researching, right? So I'm going to Google, I know I have a problem, and in this case, I'm looking for CRM software. All you've got to do is show up and not mess it up, right? And create a good post-click experience in terms of the landing page you drive me to. That's really powerful. And unfortunately with Google Ads, you're blessed with intent, but you're always cursed with scale. There's only so many people searching in your specific areas for that specific keyword. So typically on Google Ads, you will hit a scaling wall pretty fast depending on your B2B organization. The more niche, the more nuanced your product is, the faster you're probably going to hit that scaling wall compared to somebody that has a larger total addressable market. They operate in a more known category. They're going to have a lot more scale on Google Ads as a channel. So those are some things to consider. Now, coming back to like why Google Ads is so powerful is because, again, it's not about who's willing to pay the most that's going to show up on the top of the page. It comes down to a multitude of factors. So what determines if your ad is number 1 on the top of the page or on page 2, 3, 4, 5, or nowhere to be seen for that matter, right? So going back here, we have 4 advertisers that are on the top of the page. Where are the other 4,000 that we don't see? The reason these 4 are on the top of the page and the other 4,000 aren't is because of ad rank. So your ad rank is your max bid times your quality score times your expected impact of ad extensions. So these are the 3 factors that go into determining if you're in position 1 on Google, position 2, position 3, or in position 4,000, nowhere to be seen. So it's these 3 things. So your bid only takes up 1/3 of the entire ad rank formula. The other one is your quality score, and then the third one is your expected impact of ad extensions. I will link videos for you diving more into quality score and ad extensions for future reference. But just know right now, the big takeaway here is when it comes to Google Ads, the reason it's so powerful is because it's not just about who's willing to pay the most, it's about who's the most relevant. So quality score is a factor of relevance. All in a nutshell, your quick 2-second summary on quality score is it's a number from 1 to 10, 10 being the most relevant, 1 being the least relevant, and the higher the score, the more relevant you are. And based on how relevant you are, Google rewards you with needing less cost per click prices and being able to get more visibility and outranking your competitors. So by using the combination of your bids, your quality score, and then using ad extensions, you can outrank your competitors and actually pay less in the process. So what this looks like when it's all said and done is it might look something like this, where I'll go to my example here. Assuming, hypothetically speaking, if I do click on this ad, Salesforce could pay, let's say $35, Freshworks could pay $38, and then ClickUp could pay $40, right? Because again, it's not about who's willing to spend the most that will actually be on the top of the page. It's about who's the most relevant and who has a competitive bid, and also leveraging ad extensions. So we'll dive more into ad rank in future videos. This is just an introductory video to kind of give you a sense of how does Google Ads work and getting into this world and this ecosystem. But just to kind of unpack this as well, is like I've referenced here, is I have a lot of visuals for you, but the search engine results page is split between paid and organic results. So you always know it's a paid result because of the sponsored badge or some sort of ad badge. And then the organic results won't have that. So it's an easy way for you to distinguish. The other thing as well is, just to show you a quick visual here, is like it's not about who's willing to spend the most, right? So MailChimp could be in position 1 here with $25 CPC, LinkedIn position 2, and then Brevo in this case in position 3. So these are the combinations of factors that make Google Ads really powerful and attractive for B2B organizations. because of that intent. Now, the downside, especially with B2B, is the limitations around scale. If Google Ads is something that you're considering further, it's definitely one of the most effective channels and powerful channels for scaling demo requests, free trials, event signups, really all kinds of offers in the B2B space and really throughout the world. It's one of the most powerful advertising platforms in the world across industries, but specifically for B2B, it can be very worthwhile, especially given the fact that with Google Ads, everything happens on a last click basis. It's very easy to measure for the most part. The downside with Google Ads for B2B is when it comes to long sales cycles. If you have something that happens, like let's say an opportunity is created after a 90-day period, then you can have some issues in terms of offline conversion tracking. But all in all, to keep things simple, it's a really powerful channel for you, and it's really easy to measure because for the most part, it can be measured in terms of a direct pipe to spend efficiency ratio, meaning I spend $1, how much pipeline do I get back? And then of that, how much of that pipeline actually converts into revenue? And it's really easy to track that down to the keyword level. So I wanted this video to serve as an introductory lesson to Google Ads for you. So if you are in the B2B space, you kind of get a sense of what is it, how much will it cost, give you some resources on how to actually calculate that budget, and from here, how to actually get your ad on the top of the page and understand the nuances of why Google is so attractive for so many B2B organizations. As a next step, I'm gonna go ahead and link that budget strategy video. I think it's the perfect segue from here. If you think Google Ads makes sense for you, the next step is to figure out how much is it gonna cost and then forecast out what your potential return can be. And then from there, you can start to go down the rabbit hole of Google Ads, and you can check out more videos on our playlist around Google Ads that I think will be really helpful for you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.